I tend to be a long talker because I have many stories to tell. After lunch, I hope everybody would be awake. It's important. Most people actually fall asleep after lunch, especially after a big dinner. Come on in. You, come on in. Don't be afraid. Okay. So let me introduce myself. My name is Edward. I am I'm American Chinese. I was born in China, but we moved to Hong Kong when I was 2 years old. So that was in 1958. My family lived in Hong Kong until 1966. So we packed up our bags and immigrated to USA into New York City. So I've been in the USA environment since 1966, so it's been a while, right? So if you add up those years, you have an idea how old I am. So even though I look younger. Okay. So my background, I study chemical engineering. And I worked 5 years in the chemical industry. However, in 1984, this is with the advent of Apple and IBM, I found that the computer industry is growing very rapidly. So I moved into the computer industry in 1984. So it's been a long time. I think that's probably older than most people in this room here, okay? Since then, I got involved in many things in IT, from system integration, right, to software development, to solutions, right? I learned a lot about the fintech industry when I worked in the Wall Street area. Some of my clients back in New York were Merrill Lynch. Now they are a division of Bank of America. HSBC, which is very popular here, right, in the bank. Credit Suisse, I have a friend here, David Marcelo, from Credit Suisse, retired. Right? So Credit Suisse was my customer back in New York, so I am very comfortable with the financial industry. So now, in the past few years, I find that there is a tremendous technology called blockchain that we can apply into the fintech area. And hopefully I can talk about some of that today and share some of my ideas and some of the trends in the business. So I formed a company 2 years ago called 1WorldBlockchain. It's a blockchain solution center. What does that mean? Most people don't understand the concept of a solution center. So the idea of a solution, and that's the definition of people, process, and tools. It's not just technology. Blockchain by itself, you cannot use. Right? How many people touch blockchain? Unless you're a developer, you have no idea what, oh, sorry, 1, 2, okay. So no, most people never touch it. The solution side is where you see the applications on top. But in order to get to that stage, to build a business application, you need, or company need, multiple layer services, combine them together to build a platform for you to use. So in this case here, look at the blockchain layer. That's the fundamental, right? On top of blockchain, you need to connect it to a lot of things. API, toolkits, right, to wallets, what have you. And now there's a database layer and a layer you need to use, okay, the UI layer, the DApp layer, right, okay? All these are different services and different talents that you need. The system analyst layer, this is an important layer. A lot of people don't realize it, but unless you work for a major environment, a large corporation that has hundreds of thousands or millions of users, you must analyze the system layer, right? So you make sure you can scale from 10 users to 100,000 users to 10 million users. Very important, because blockchain is global. Business analyst layer, it's important. This is the business side. This is how you try to solve a business problem. A lot of my financial friends here, we talked about the business process, right? That's the driving solution. You must know what the business process is first, how to automate it, how to apply the technology, right, so that you can create a solution. You get the best technology with no knowledge of business process, no use, no use. Right? The last one is interesting, why we're here today, market development. I've been in the software business since 1988. What my experiences are, when you have the best software in the world, right, but you don't know how to market it. you don't know how to tell people you have this product, your product goes nowhere. So you have to do the marketing, the sales, right, to promote the goodwill and the availability of your solution. With all that said, these are all the solutions that we're focusing on. Today, I'll talk about the WoToken next generation e-wallet. But we also have planned in the future for cross-border payment, asset-backed cryptos. I was talking to a nice investor today about the asset-backed crypto. Dr. Lowe's right here. Very interesting topic, right? And other solutions. So this is the diversity of blockchain that I want to talk about. Now, for those who are not familiar with fintech or financial industry as a whole, I borrowed this slide somewhere and I stole some of the information and I reuse it. So to show you the size of our business in the fintech. The left-hand side here, you cannot see him now, but that's Bill Gates. Who heard of Bill Gates? Everybody heard of Bill Gates, right? Okay. He has a net worth of $96 billion. Would it be? I have no idea where he keeps his money, all right? This is important. Very wealthy man. Bitcoin. This is the market cap. Bitcoin market has dropped a little bit. Now it's down to 111 billion. And sometimes it goes up to 200 billion, comes down to 150. But that's the size. Overall, all the cryptocurrencies, about 202. Sometimes goes to 250, sometimes goes to 300. That's the fluctuation. Now the emphasis is not these areas because this is the current growth of our business. Look at the size of Amazon. The company is worth 973 billion. B. Apple, everybody heard of Apple, right? $1.2 trillion company is the first company to pass the $1 trillion mark. Right? Everybody has Apple, right? Okay? Or use Apple. In addition to that, we talked about USD, which is a fiscal standard. $1.5 trillion in circulation, in use. Gold cap. Gold cap's important. We talked about the asset-backed crypto market. Gold is one of the precious metals you can use to create a asset-backed coin. Physical money, 31 trillion. Stock market, huge, huge, $67 trillion. All the money combined, 83.6 trillion. Compared to crypto, 202. B, this is a baby, just the beginning. So where do you think the movement is right now? Where do you think the movement is? Is from the crypto side to here or from the fiscal side to here? Anybody? All right, so this is my view. This is going to be a conversion of the two sides. The crypto will move this way. Right? The fiat or the financial will move this way. So therefore, talking about the communities that we have today, part of the group leaders you have to talk about right now is the massive growth of our industry that we will see, right? We're talking about just the beginning of the business, right? Just imagine a small amount of this comes to here. It'll make this thing 10 times bigger, okay? A small amount of money comes the stock market to here. It'll make it 100 times the size. Right? So this is how important it is to understand the financial market and how it influences the fintech. Now, I also borrowed this slide a long time ago. This actually paints in my opinion, a good ecosystem on the use of technology. Right? I've been in the software business since 1988. I always focus on the application layer. Right? You have to allow a business user to use the technology. They don't want to know what an OS is. They don't want to know what a blockchain is. Right? All they care is that I want to turn the computer and use it. Right? And use the application to serve the function of business. All right, with that said, look at the upper right-hand quadrant. Digital currency. This pointer is a little weak, but it's okay. E-commerce, global payment, remittance, right, microfinancing, micropayment. This is what everybody's talking about today. But if you look at the capability of blockchain, blockchain is a distributed ledger. It can record anything, right, in a distributed form. So record keeping is us. people need to take advantage of the fact that now I have control over my own records, right? So I'll talk about that later on. But here's an example of healthcare, right? Title records when you own a house, ownership of anything that you have in place, voting. We won't go there. Being an American, Donald Trump and the Russian voting situation, right? Okay. Intellectual property, very important. Don't laugh there, David. My good friend David there, we talk about the American system quite a bit, right? So the voting is very important. You know why? In blockchain, once you record your transaction, you cannot change, you cannot delete, you cannot modify, right? So it's a trusted, immutable system, right? On the lower left-hand your left-hand quadrant is securities. Right? This is an area that a lot of people say, what is it all about? But that's where the old world money is, okay? The stock market, right? The private market, the equities, the asset-backed crypto. This is a big area that the old world is comfortable with. Sooner or later, is going to merge into the new world of blockchain, okay? Your left quadrant, smart contract. Our friends at Ethereum call the space there. Right? To me, it's nothing more than an application area where you can use the protocol to transmit the instructions, right, of the software. Okay, so that's what I see as the blockchain ecosystem. There may be more, but this covers what the blockchain technology can do. But it's not just blockchain by itself. It's understanding the business process, how to automate it, and how to take advantage of the blockchain. Okay. This is something that I feel is important for those who are involved in the business. I see this as a history and a trend that we must understand and promote, especially within the communities that we have in place. Blockchain has been talked about for quite a few years. So what I describe is the fact that when I first looked at this in 2014, it's called the year of Enlightenment because people just start to read about blockchain. Oh, God, this is kind of cool. What is this stuff, right? So Enlightenment, that they realize they can do something with it as a distributed ledger, okay? The year after that, the year of the hype. Hype is a good word. A lot of promotion, right? A lot of promises what blockchain can do, right? But it's still hype. It's a promise, right? And a lot of the bankers, and even my friend David Chinnery, don't believe in some of this stuff, but it's a hype, right? But you have to make it into reality, right? 2016, that's when I first really got serious with blockchain. Right? The year of the POC is called Proof of Concept. We go back in the software days where we're trying to apply a business problem and create a solution, and you want to test it, okay, and see whether this concept still works or still applies. It's called proof of concept, okay? 2017, last year, wow, big push. Everybody talking about ICO, crypto, coins, talking about blockchain solutions. It's a year of the pilot. A pilot means now you created a prototype and you apply data, real life data into it to see if it actually works, all right? So, example, Singapore created a proof of concept and a pilot for a country coin, okay? So they have to apply what they think is the proper solution into a pilot as an example of the production. This year I like the most, 2018, because I find that being in this business of software since 1988, if you don't have production software, right, upon the language, it's still a lot of BS. You need to use the stuff, right? So this year, if you have the ability to find software solutions in a production format, you can download and use and solve your business problem. This is the year. So myself, being in this business, I try to push all of my colleagues in various communities and various partnerships in blockchain. Quickly, please, produce something that people can use, right? Year the production. Right? It will continue on to next year, of course, okay? So this is how I see blockchain moving, right, into the next world. Now, before I go into some of the products I want to promote or I want to talk about, I want to talk about one key idea in, in production that pretty much changed the world, right? I remember going back, and I'll put this in my pocket for a second. Back in the United States, my son, on his 18th birthday, asked for an iPod Nano. Believe it or not, this is his. I bought it for his birthday. He's 30 years old now. I bought it when he was 18. This was the coolest thing back then. The iPod Nano. Has a little camera in the back. Music, pictures, video, all in place, right? I'm telling you, this thing was, you had to stand in line in USA, in New York City, to get a hold of this particular product, right? So Steve Jobs says, I have iPod. I have iPod. But what does the world really need? It's more than just this. So he worked with some partners in the United States, a little company that used to be called Motorola. This is my phone, by the way. It's about 12 years old. This is the coolest phone. Back in the days, you know, take it out of your pocket, flip, right? Motorola was the kingpin in cellular phones. Who remember these guys? Who had them? You could drop this thing 50 times, it still works. Unbelievable. Where today? They're gone, unfortunately. When Steve Jobs held up these two items, he then showed the world, he said, I believe the world needs this product. He created the iPhone, right? This is not just an iPhone. This is your life. This is an ecosystem. So in addition to combining the various best of technology out there, he created the whole environment for you to live in iPhone. You can download music. You can, in essence, buy things through it. You can, in essence, chat and form groups in here. Right? So he, with one idea, changed Apple from a medium-sized computer company, right, since 2007 to today, over a $1 trillion industry. Right? There's a reason why I'm telling you this story, right? But that's what happens today when you have the vision and the ability to combine the best of technology to solve and deliver production systems into the market. Okay. I got too much stuff in my pocket now. Let me empty that, sorry. Okay, there's supposed to be a drum roll now. I guess I didn't pay for that, right? Okay, so now, with this story, I want to extend into our product announcement of our company. We're introducing a next generation e-wallet, WoToken. People always ask me, you know, why are you doing another e-wallet? You know, I said, it's not just an e-wallet, it's next generation. Look what we're doing. We're creating the standard of your cash wallet, the ability for you to link to your card. Everybody use PayPal or Alipay or different kind of local wallets has this capability already, right? In addition to this, my technical partner and I talked about how to make everything transparent to the user for the crypto side. And I said, let's put together a solution where the crypto, the bank card, and the wallet are all seamless. So you don't have to go outside the system and come back in. At the same time, we have to add value to our crypto exchange because a lot of people don't understand it. So people say, how in the world do I buy a Bitcoin? You may be Bitcoin users or Ethereum users. You know how to create an account and buy coins, but 95% of the people out there don't. Believe it or not, we're only 5% market penetration. So for us to have a multi-currency next generation e-wallet, we allow you to create and use an AI engine for the crypto exchange so that it's transparent. So when you have cards, bank cards or cash, you can use the crypto transparently. We have actually borrowed and coined the name Apollo. I'm an American, so the Apollo series is a very proud series for us. Apollo means innovation, power, okay? We went to the moon with that. So we have developed an AI bot that helps the mass market the everyday 95% users out there to use crypto exchange, right, to take advantage of, right, the high frequency, okay, high yield return you expect on crypto, right? I'm not going to go into the technology too much, but that's what's available to you today. As an investor, you want to buy coin, make money. That's all you care, right? You want to select the coins that you want to buy. We allow you to do that transparently. So that is WoToken, right, as a next generation e-wallet. In addition, following through to what I just talked about with our friend Steve Jobs, more than just creating a phone or iPhone, he created an ecosystem. Our ecosystem means that you have the ability to live your better life within your handset, your intelligent phone. So now, look at your left-hand column, wealth management. That's a traditional fintech term. Wealth management means that it's the ability for you to manage your wealth. All right? Left-hand side, personal asset management. Anything that you own, asset, pictures, anything that you own that you as your personal asset, you can record it. E-commerce, you want to be able to buy things. So today you buy things with credit cards, you buy things with your wallet. In the future, you don't really care whether it's crypto, cards, or cash. You can buy things online with e-commerce. Amazon Pay, or the other things, the other e-commerce sites you use this. Then you have the point of sale, POS, point of sale micropayment. Starbucks coffee, buy your donut, buy any kind of grocery store that you may want to buy. You should be able to use this wallet, the WoToken wallet, to, in essence, create the transaction. So here's a little description, more on the individual details. Right? The crypto exchange, Apollo AI bot, high frequency, allows you to trade very quickly in automated fashion. Right? This goes back in the Wall Street days, my time, where people write very sophisticated programs to trade automatically, the stocks up and down. Okay? Portfolio management, you can select the crypto that you want. Cards, very important. Right? We have the ability right now to work with international cards, and one of our partners in Hong Kong actually should be here, our friend at Angel Card. Are they here? Hey, Ben, okay. Ben represents Angel Card. Right? So they are an international travel card. So you can preload money in the card and use anywhere in the world. Right? Very, very nice. Right? We have the cash wallet. That's your multi-currency. So we'll talk about that in a minute, where when you have the ability to sell your digital currency, sorry, okay, he's a friend of mine. So with the cash wallet, you can, in essence, have multiple currencies because the exchange we will have in each major countries, where you can sell your crypto and get USD when you're in the United States. You're in Dubai, you can sell your crypto and get actually dirham, your local money. You don't have to worry about going to the bank or ATM and stick your card in there, as you always have local currency to work with. Okay? Investment services. I like this one because I came from that world at one time. A lot of people don't talk about this, but this is the old world, but it's still a very stable world that we should take advantage of. Right? You can't live in the crypto world all your life. There are times you have wild swings. Right? You said, what am I going to do now? I don't want to wait for the crypto to stabilize. I made some money. I want to do something with the cash. So we have partners right now built into a system, so you can send the money and have actually an account set up for foreign exchange trading. Right? One of our companies that we partner with, right, is in Hong Kong and Shenzhen, and also they are going to be expanding in the United States and Dubai. They have a bot also, but for foreign exchange, buying currencies. They can almost guarantee return 8 to 10% per month. Pretty cool stuff. All right? The other one we have is securities. Right? Securities is standard stocks. Again, very traditional. You want to put money away for your children's college funds. You don't want to mess around with any fluctuation. You buy securities, hold on to for 10 years. Okay? Partner with capital trading. This is a large investment. If you happen to be a Bitcoin millionaire, you have a lot of money. Take advantage of that. There are a lot of trading platforms with cash that you don't have to send or I would say locked up to trade and make money in the MTN platforms. So I'm describing this thing to you because this is the ecosystem. You want to have one next generation e-wallet in hand that can do all of these things for you. I want to hit upon a little bit on the personal asset management. This is more of a personal situation. I live on my phone now, and I keep everything on my phone. The problem is there's no good record keeping ability, especially at my age. Believe it or not, I'm 62 years old, so I have to take care of my health quite a bit. It's important. So we have right now a partner that has produced a terahertz scan that allows you to scan your body, have a full record of your bone mass, your muscles, your heart organs, how well they're doing, and keep that information in your phone. Because if something happens to you, you go to the hospital, you should have that information. So terahertz is between microwave and infrared. Right? That band is a very good band. It does not harm your muscles, your body. It gives you full details of that, of your inner side of your body recorded in your phone. Right? I believe also, since I travel a lot, I travel all over the world, I want to have my medical records recorded here. Very, very important. Okay? Real estate. A lot of people own real estate. Titles of a house. We have the ability to record your records in here. Okay? Very important. So you own more than one real estate, own a house in Australia, own a house in Hong Kong, one in New York. You can record all that, so no one ever asks you, where's your stuff? So, oh my God, I don't have it. It's somewhere else, okay? I travel a lot. People always ask me for my passport. So I have a digital copy of my passport. I want to punch it up right away, very quickly, to pull up all this information. My children are in the United States. My son is 30, my daughter is 28. So I need to keep track of their records, you know, their birth certificates, all the basic stuff. So in case something happens, I have an idea, right, what my children's records are. So this is all on the asset side. Now, I don't know about you guys, but through time, you will accumulate some very important personal assets, maybe jewelry from your grandparents, right? Maybe a picture from your great-grandparents. All those personal items, you should be able to record and save within your system, right? And you own it. You don't have to worry about where it is, right? It's very important. I have some friends that talk about the antiques that they own. They buy antiques worth a lot of money. So having an asset management tool in place to keep track of the records of their value is very important to them. Now, in this page here, I want to ask a sort of a technical question. Now, I came from the technology world in New York, New Jersey. In New York, there's a company called IBM. Right? Their development center is in Oakmont, New York, north of New York City. So back in the days, there was a very hard delineation, a separation between hardware and software.